And
the Cardinals have stolen the lead. Short right hand. There's a right uppercut by Dana. Jackson keeps, gets it, and gets by.
To be champions and we deserve this. We rose to the moment, and here we are.
welcome to the Long Distance Playbook. Thank you very much for watching us. We got myself, Chris, Knucklehead over in Italy, Jay. We got our newest member of the team, Jeff. And Jay, who else we got?
We have a living football legend out of the UNLV in the 80s, led his conference in rushing his senior year. He went ahead and led the whole nation in yards per rush.
If you don't get down, you're gonna
Drafted
get
by the
up.
Cincinnati Bengals. Who they think they're gonna beat them Bengals? Hey, when he stepped up on the scene, man, he was lean, mean, and ready to destroy all comers. He had a rookie season like no other. He had kids and playgrounds across the nation waiting, dying to get into that end zone to do one special dance. It wasn't a popular dance. It wasn't this, that. It was an original. You know, today we don't see too many originals. We see somebody's copying this, somebody's copying that. Nah, this guy right here, Ickey Woods. Can we get a round of applause for Ickey Woods?
Thank you. I appreciate that. And going back to, I didn't lead the conference. I led the nation in rushing that year, brother. The whole nation. Yeah, I was it at that point in time. But we had a great time, man. Thank you. I appreciate the intro, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
So
no problem.
I'm gonna ask this. It's not really one of the questions, but I want to ask. The Ickey Shuffle.
Yeah.
Did you know that it's actual drill now?
I heard, man. I heard a couple of younger kids talking to, when they said was introduced to me, this is Ickey Woods. Like, oh man, we do a drill on a ladder with your name on it. I said, oh, do you really? I said, okay, sound good to me.
so I actually have a video file of a player doing the Ickey drill.
Okay. Yeah, quick feet, baby. Quick feet. Got to have quick feet.
So
no doubt.
So I currently am coaching over here in Germany.
Okay,
that is one of the drills I teach my linemen.
Yes,
physical stability, and quick feet.
Quick feet, baby. Got to have them quick feet. Yes, sir.
So that was my off the wall question.
Well, thank you, brother. We sure appreciate it.
So
okay.
So
go ahead and start it off. Take you back to your collegiate days at UNLV. Now, coming in as your first season, Randall Cunningham was still there.
Yes, my freshman year, Randall was there my freshman year. Yeah, and you never seen anything like him, man. I never, I hadn't heard of him, and I was a rookie coming. I I was a freshman. Once I got there, the big hype was, our quarterback, Randall Cunningham. Not only was he our quarterback, he was our punter too. So I was like, oh man, and he was tall and lanky, and and you look at him and you be like, wow, this guy, he ain't much. But man, when that guy got on the field, man, it was unbelievable. So you think he did some things when he was at the Eagles and at the Vikings, man. That ain't nothing compared what he did when he was in college, man. I mean, he was a man amongst boys out there, man, and it was great. We rode him to the California Bowl, and man, we had a great time.
Okay.
Wow. So moving forward to your senior year, and
Yeah.
as you said before, you led the world in rushing that
Yeah,
season.
yeah, no doubt. Beat out Ironhead Hayward by 3 yards. my last game, I needed 184 yards to take over the nation's leading rusher, and I got 187. Man, edged him out by 3 yards. He didn't care too much for that. When I was on our way to get into getting ready to get drafted, we had the same agent. And so we kind of talked about that, man. He said, man, I was watching that, man, and you were steady gaining them yards. And then when you got that last touchdown and took it over, he said, man, I was highly upset. I say, I know, bro. I was trying to get it. I said, man, I knew I needed 184 yards, and I was averaging I think I was averaging like 157 yards. And I said, well, going into this last one, I had 33 yards at halftime. And my coach at the time, John Montgomery, who was a guy who came in and really solidified me and let me know he cared about me as a man and not as a football player, man, just changed my whole life around, man. I thank him to this day for coming into my life at that time, man, because he helped me to become the man that I am today. And he came to me at halftime. He used to call me Ward Daddy. He's like, hey, Ward Daddy, man, you trying too hard. He said, calm down. Let the game come to you, man, and it all happened for you. You trying too hard to get that record. Don't worry about that record. Just stay in the moment and just let it flow. And I did in the second half, man. I went crazy on them, man. I scored 3 touchdowns, but we were down 31-10 at halftime, and I came back, scored 3 touchdowns, tied the game up, took the nation's leading rusher, and then I was teed off because our defense let up a little bit, let them go down and kick a field goal and win the game. And I'm like, oh, man. So the reporters was asking me, how does it feel to be the nation's leading rusher? And I was like, it feel okay, but, we lost the game. So that's, I was more important. It'd been more rewarding had we won the game, and then my guys could have celebrated with me and everything. But, it was great, and we had a great time, and man, and that just took off for me.
Wow. Yeah, that's really great, really great. So moving on to your rookie season.
Yeah.
Training camp. You go from you go from college to pros, training camps. You seeing how everybody moves and how they have a system in place there.
Yeah.
How was Boomer Esiason, Tim Brown, McGee, and my cousin Rodney Holman and James Brooks?
Grown man, your people's man.
Yeah.
We called him grown man. Rodney Holman was he was a hell of a tight end, man. He was strong as all. He had that grown man strength, Once he put his hands on you, boy, you wasn't getting away from him. But yeah, man, I came in and yeah, open up some holes. When I came in, man, I was I was coming in. I was coming fresh off of leading the nation in rushing, and I wanted to get there and and make an impact. So when I got there, they put me in 31 because a guy by the name of Bill Johnson had the number 30. And so we got to the rookies, and the free agents came in 3 days earlier than the vets, and then the vets came in. Once the vets came in, we had the meeting the night before. And then on the depth chart in there, it was Stanley Wilson was the first team back. They had me as the second team back, and then they had Bill Johnson at the third team back. Well, Bill Johnson got pissed off that night because he didn't, he's a 4 or 5, I think he was like a 5 or 6 year vet, and he was pissed off because they put a rookie in front of him. And so he left training camp that night. I mean, got in his car and left, bruh. And then I said, so the next day we show up for practice, and I'm like, where Bill Johnson at? They said, oh, he left last night, man. He was kind of peeved off that they put you in front of him, so he left. And I was like, wow, okay. So he had number 30. 30 is the number I had in college. When I got there, they put 31 on me. And in college, they got your lockers like in numeral order. And so every day I would talk about my guy who wore 31. I was like, man, that's such an ugly number. It ain't nothing like 30, man. It ain't nothing like 30. Then I get to the Bengals and they throw 31 on my back, man. He was like, yeah, I see you got that ugly number on your back now, huh? I was like, yeah, man, they threw it on me. So I went in to Tom Gray like maybe 2 days later after Bill left, and I said, hey, Tom, I need to get that number 30, man, since Bill gone. He was like, no, we can't give it to you right now. He has to be gone for 6 weeks. So I said, okay. So then be quiet. I'm talking right now. So I said, okay, well, let me do my thing. So we had a game against the Jets, man. I rushed for like 140 yards. I had 2 touchdowns. And so week 7 came. I go in to Tom G. I need to get that number 30, man. You told me after 6 weeks I can get it. And he was like, well, no. You had such a great game in 31. You need to keep 31. I said, I tell you what, if I don't have 30 in my locker by game time, I ain't playing. And I walked out. Man, I was bluffing, though. Had 31 been in my locker, I was still going to play. But I went in there, and they set number 30 in my locker. So it was great, man. So I happened to get my 30, man, and I played I played a quarter of the season in 31, and then I played the rest in 30, man. So yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing story. And I remember Stanley Wilson too.
Yeah, man. Stanley was a hell of a running back, man. Had we had him in the Super Bowl, I think we'd probably won that, him and Crumrye, had we not lost those two. But Stanley was a great morale guy, man. He used to walk up and down the sideline. You had that one morale guy who walk up and down the sideline, cussing everybody out, saying, man, these some bucks can't beat us, man. Y'all come on, get your head out your butts. Let's get them, man. And Stanley was that guy for us, man. And we missed that, man. We really did. So yeah, so that affected a lot of us, man, especially in the running back room, because he was a running back. And it affected us deeply, us running backs, man, because he was part of our crew, man, and not to be able to have him for the biggest game, man, was just devastating.
Yeah,
hey, Jay, can I piggyback off that question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you seem to not have an issue at all adjusting from college to the pros. How were you able to do that?
Well, you're right about that. Well, the thing about it is the offense that they ran was the offense that I pretty much ran in college, but it's just different terminology. Mm-hmm. And so I just had to learn the terminology and the audible calls. But it basically I went from one system to the next system, and all I had to do was learn the terminology and the words that they use That's the only thing that was different. But the plays were pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So the terminology, the running game. How good of a pass catcher was James Brooks? Were you able to learn anything catching the ball out of the
Yeah,
backfield?
man. To be honest with you, man, I learned a lot from JB, man. JB was every time we come out the huddle, man, he would help me and tell me what I needed to do and where I needed to go, man. He was a great mentor, man. He was one of the toughest guys that had that small frame. He was one of the toughest guys that I know, man. He was small in stature, but he was big in heart, man, and he wouldn't back down from nobody. A couple of the linemen had to tell him, man, can you quit pissing these defensive linemen off? Because you ain't got to block them, Leave them guys alone, man. And he said, mess with them linebackers and them safeties. That's who you got to deal with. You getting this guy mad, and he taking it out on me. So leave him alone.
Wow. So you talk about protectors, Bruce Reimers, Max Montoya, Anthony Munoz.
Oh yeah, Kozerski, Joe Walters, man. And Rodney Holman, like you said, man. We had an offensive line, man, that was like no other, man. We just, it seemed like every time that I got the ball, man, it was a hole there for me to get through. You know what I'm saying? And those guys just, they just worked in unison together, man. And to be honest with you, the originals no huddle offense was us. We started that no huddle offense, and the Buffalo Bills took it and improved it a little bit. And then everybody want to say Buffalo Bills invented the no huddle offense. No, they didn't. Cincinnati invented that. Buffalo just took it and went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row with it. And Marv Levy, man. The day that we played them in the AFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl, Marv Levy went crying to the league about they can't use that no huddle offense. It's against the rules, yada, yada, yada. And Sam Weiss came back, man, from we were having pregame meals. And, before the games, I guess the head coaches and the referees and the league have to all meet before the game. And Sam came back, man. He was livid, man. Talking about we can't use our no huddle offense. Whoop whoop whoop. Sam was like, excuse my language. Sam was like, fuck that. We using our shit. We gonna get our shit. We gonna use this, and they not gonna tell us we can't use it, man. We gonna get it together. I said, all right, coach, let's do it, baby. Let's do it. And sure enough, we were able to use it, and went to the Super Bowl. So we had a great time with that.
So I've asked a lot of questions. I'm gonna send it to the guys in Germany. You guys.
All right. So my question is this: you already kind of touched it about your offensive lineman. How was it playing with Ken Anderson and Chris Collinsworth?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't play with Ken. I played with Boomer. Boomer was my guy. Ken was the one before me, but Boomer. Great leader in the huddle, man. Great. He was great on the play action fake, man. Our Boomer was awesome with the play action pass. But man, he was a great guy to play with. He was a great leader, But if you didn't know him, some people he come off as being an asshole, being arrogant. But that's quarterbacks for you, though. They all do have a little bit of that in them. But yeah, man. But he was a great leader, man. He took control of the huddle, man, and just led us to the Super Bowl, man. We were fortunate enough to have him, man, and then we had receivers like Eddie Brown, Tim McGee, Mike Martin, Ira Hillary. So we had some guys who could really then Rodney Holman, Eric Caddis, tight ends, Jim Riggs. Those guys, did open up the holes for us, man. And we had a great offensive plan, and then we had a defense that was led by Dick LeBeau, the great defensive coordinator, man. And had guys like Tim Crumrye, man. I seen this guy do some things, man. I ain't never seen before. You know, he was just a madman. If he wasn't bleeding up here at the nose and have all that blood running down his face, he felt he wasn't playing, man. So every game, man, his face was just bloody, man. He was just a warrior, man. I mean, this guy, 100 miles an hour, no matter what. Once he's on that field, man, he 100 miles an hour, even in shorts and helmets, man. He was 100 miles an hour, so they had to kind of hold him out when we did shorts and helmet because he didn't know he only had one speed, man. He only had one speed. So, mother, you try to tell him, Timmy, calm down. Shut up talking to me. He wasn't trying to hear it, man. So they had to hold him out of shorts and shoulder pads, man, because he only had one speed, man. But it was great, man. We had a great time, man. Some great teammates, man. And and then we had, like I said, we didn't really have a bunch of big stars on defense. We had a bunch of guys doing their jobs. Eric Thomas, the Solomon Wilcox, Joe Kelly, our middle linebacker, man. So we had a great defensive scheme, and we played some good ball, man. And then we get down to the last 3 minutes, the Super Bowl, and Sam Weiss want to go to a prevent defense, and Dick LeBeau was pissed, because Dick LeBeau wanted to. We had pressure on this guy for 57 minutes. Why you want to fall off and go to a prevent defense when he ain't did nothing for 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, or 3 3.75 of a quarter. He had 3 minutes left. Keep the pressure on his ass. But no, Sam Weiss wanted to go to the prevent defense, and that shit prevented us from winning the Super Bowl.
So other than that, with Sam Weiss, how was he as a coach? Because that sugar huddle, it kind of, like you said, led into the run and shoots of the world. The
it did. That was I think that was Sam was innovative, but I think Bruce Cosley was the pioneer of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Bruce Cosley was an offensive coordinator, but him and Sam kind of came up with that together, and it just like I said, it just took off that year. It took off for us, and then the next year, Lamar Levy said, "Well, okay, well, if we can use that, then let us incorporate it too." And for the next 4 years, they went to the Super Bowl with it. So it was like I said, it was a great, innovative offense, and we had the right pieces in there. They had the right pieces too that led to that, and then they also had a great defense with Biscuit and Bruce Smith. So they did some good things with it, man. So I'm happy. Everybody's coming in. NFL is a copycat league, man. You see everybody now trying to do the tush push,
Mm-hmm.
So if something work, everybody gonna try to put their own little twist on it, and which is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Real quick, Mr. Icky.
Yeah.
So, for my generation, you're famous for the Icky Shuffle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, was that something that was free? Like you were like, if when I score, this is what I'm gonna do, or was that just a?
No, you know what, man? I when I was young, when I was in Pop Warner and all that, as I came up, when I got there, before I got there, they were able to celebrate and do things, but when I got there, they exited out. You can't do it no more. That was high school, that was college, and so I was like, okay. So I get to the pros, and I want to do something, but I really don't know what I want to do. So I said, okay. Well, I flew my mom in for a game against the Cleveland Browns, and I was like, Mom, if I had my 2 oldest kids at the time, which were 5 and 2. And I was like, Mom, if I score tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. I was up listening to some music, acting crazy. And I was like, if I score tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. She's like, boy, you better not do that. I said, yeah, Mom, I got to. So when it first started off, I just hopped up in the air and just put my hands in between my legs back and forth. And then after the game, Ricky Dixon, who was our first round draft choice, he was the first and I was the second. We also played in we played in 3 all-star games together. So we got to know each other. And so he came up to me after the game. He was like, Woods, what was that, man? I said, man, that was my celebration dance. He was like, man, that shit was whack. I was like, what you mean it was whack? Ricky said, yeah, man, that shit was whack, Ick, man. Don't do that shit no more. I was like, oh, man. I said, so what you think, Rick? You think I ought to put some steps to it? He was like, yeah, man, put some steps to it. So the whole week, I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I couldn't come up with nothing. Well, 5 minutes before it was time, we was playing the New York Jets. 5 minutes before it was time to go out and get warmed up, it just hit me. And Ricky, Solomon Wilcox, Eric Thomas, and maybe a couple other guys were in that general area. And I was like, yo, check this ish out, man. When I score today, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hop back 3 times and spike the ball. Rick was like, oh, yeah, man, that's going to be lies. Solomon was like, man, don't you do that shit. Don't you do that. I said, I'm going to do it, Solly. I'm going to do it, man. So, yeah. So I scored, man. I did it, and it kind of just, it just kind of took off, took a life of its own, man, because I was fortunate enough to be in a situation where I scored 15 to 18 touchdowns, including the playoffs that year. So, they got to see quite a bit of it, man, and it just took off, and I didn't even name it the Icky Shuffle, man. I just opened up the paper the next day, and they had the steps to it and everything. They said the Icky Shuffle. I was like, oh hell yeah, that's what's up, baby. I got a little shuffle named after me now. So yeah, man. So that was right on time.
So speaking of which, where does the name Icky come from?
Well, my birth-given name is Elbert. Stop it. My birth-given name is Elbert, and my older brother, he couldn't pronounce Elbert, so he used to call me Icky all the time. And so to make it simpler for my brother, my mom started calling me Icky, and it's kind of ironic. We grew up Cokie and Icky. He was Cokie, I was Icky. So it stuck with me, man, ever since I was 1. So I didn't even know my name was Elbert until I was, because everybody called me Icky, man. I just knew, my name was Icky. And then I was like, I think I was in like the 2nd grade. And you know how back in school they used to take roll call and they call your name, and you raise your hand like here, or you say here to let them know you're there. So she was calling everybody's name, man. She got down to the last and she was like, Elbert Woods? And I'm looking around to see who that is. He's like, Elbert Woods? And then she pointed at me, and I think I was the last one too. She pointed at me and she was like, well, what's your name? I said, my name Icky. My name Icky Woods, but I don't know who Elbert is. She was like, okay, well, Icky. So she even started calling me Icky too. So I get home and I'm like, Mama, is my name Elbert? She was like, yeah, baby, that's your name. I was like, oh man, I couldn't believe it. So I told her, so everybody knew, I was kind of a big kid. I was kind of bigger than most in elementary school. So everybody knew not to call me Elbert or they get beat up, because I beat them up if they call me Elbert. So I didn't like that at all. And my mom said that my grandfather at the time when she had me was crying about how he didn't get to name none of the grandkids. And so he stuck me with that Elbert tag. So it's been my name. So I've learned to deal with it now,
So I know we're going to go back just a little bit.
Okay.
Do you remember the commercial, your Icky Shuffle commercial? I think maybe.
Yeah, which one, the Geico or the Oldsmobile?
I'm not even.
No, this is one of the cold cuts.
Get your cold cuts.
Get them cold cuts, huh? You like to talk about them cold cuts, baby. Woo! Yes, sir.
Number 44.
Gonna get some cold cold cuts today.
Get some cold cuts, 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 get some cold.
Yeah.
So, it's harder. It's actually funny because it's harder to find the actual Icky Shuffle alone by itself. I looked everywhere. So that was the only thing that we could find, and I remembered the commercial.
Yeah.
So,
but everybody remembers it. Everybody remembers the dance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. They've helped me to keep it alive after all these years, and I appreciate that, because that also helps a lot with when I'm doing stuff for my son's foundation as well. So yeah. So it's been great.
Speaking of which, sir, we want you to tell us about your son's foundation, because that's stuff that we want to highlight on this show. Also.
Yeah, well, I lost my middle son to asthma 15 years ago, and I started a foundation in his name called the Javante Woods Foundation. And what I do is I go around the country raising money for asthma research and asthma education. We try to educate people on the severity and the seriousness of asthma, and we're hopefully finding a better way to treat asthma, man. Asthma's been treated the same for the last 30 years, and it hadn't gotten any better. Through the educational piece, 15 years ago when we started, there was 15 people dying a day from asthma. And through our educational piece, we've got over 15 years, we've been able to reduce that to 11. So we want to keep working hard and get that reduced to 0 if we can. People dying from asthma, because it is a treatable disease, and it's just about the educational piece. So and when I lost my son, we thought we were doing everything right, and we thought he was taking his medicine, and sometimes things just happen. Sometimes things happen for mysterious reasons, and you don't know what there is. But if you got the faith, you don't question. You just keep moving and try to make things better for the next person. If we can save one life, man, it makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This is what we're about. Yeah, we like to talk sports, but we like to see. We'll give you the opportunity to put out information that people can find and get into to help someone else, or to better someone's their status. So we really do appreciate you coming and being part of the show. We're gonna keep going. I think we got a couple more good questions. You got something over there, Jeff?
Yeah,
I know
you
bite me.
Yeah, I saw that you're part owner and part coach of the Cincinnati Sizzle.
Yeah, I used to. Once my son passed, I passed that on. I started working full time on the foundation. So yeah, but I used to own and operate the Cincinnati Sizzle, and it started when my ex-wife actually came to me one day and said that she was going to try out for the new women's football team. And and I sarcastically was like, okay, yeah, if you make the team, I'll be a coach, because she said they were looking for coaches. And I was like, yeah, okay, if you make the team, then I'll help coach. And she came home like, honey, guess what? I'm like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, I'm not coaching. She said, you said you would. I said, okay, being a man of my word, I'm going to go ahead and do this, man. And I did it for 11 years, man. Coaching women's football, man. It was good. I got in there, but the biggest difference between men's football and women's football is basically women, they hold stuff, they can't just leave shit on the field. So I told her, I tell them every time before we start getting into it, I tell them, ladies, What happens on the field stays on the field. Don't take it home with you. Don't bring it back the next day. It's over with. Stop. It's over with once we leave the field. It's over. So if I cuss you out on the field, don't still be mad at me tomorrow and the next day for when I cut you out 2 days ago. It's over with. I'm done. I'm over with it, and I need you to get over with it too. So that's the talk I had to have with them before we started, because if I didn't, they would hold that grudge for days. Still mad at me for something happened 2 days ago. You can't be still mad at me. This football. Some stuff you gotta just absorb. Take it in, and just don't make the same mistake again. That's all.
Right.
Just move on to the next. You're gonna get fussed out, you're gonna get cussed out if you don't do it right. I say, but just move on and don't take it to heart. So once they learned that part of it, they were okay. And it made for good football as long as it was women playing against women. They could never and I told them all the time, you guys could never compete in this arena against men because your bone structure is just not there. You know what I'm saying? Your bone structure is not there. Your physicality is not there. And I said, I don't care how much of a man you think you are. You're not no man. You're not no man. And quiet as it kept, a couple of them tried to act like they were men. And I was like, listen here. Real men don't bleed. So let's keep that. Let's get that straight right now. Real men don't bleed. They may bleed through a cut and things, but real men don't bleed. So if you are not a man if you bleed. And so they were real pissed at me about that. But I was just keeping it 100 with them. That's all.
What was it like going? What was it like leading up to the Super Bowl?
You know what, man? It was good because one thing about it, when on our run that we had that year, nobody came into our house and beat us at home. So when we got home field advantage throughout the playoffs, we knew we were going to the Super Bowl because we wasn't letting nobody come in our house and beat us in our house. And all we had to do was win 2 games and we in the Super Bowl. And so we knew we were going to get there. And once we did that, once we got to the Super Bowl, man, it just felt like, we accomplished a whole lot that year, because the year before they were 4-2. We turned that year around and went 2-4. We went 12-14. And what Sam Weiss did, which was real innovative, is he the year before, the 87 year, they had a bunch of racial tension going on in there, where all the black guys would hang out with the black guys, the white guys would hang out with the white guys. Well, what Sam did is he took a black player, roomed him with a white player, and it was an offensive player and a defensive player. So, so they got to intermingle. We got to learn, from the person that we had in the room with us. I had a guy by the name of Rich Romer, who was a linebacker. He was our 5th round draft pick. So we got to know each other, man, and we got to be a real tight-knit group, man, because every time we went out, it was a group of us that went out. Nobody rarely ever went out by themselves. So when we had got into a few, we had got into a few scuffles too while we was out. Them cats mad as us because we coming in and all the honeys want to get at us. So so we had to so we had a few scuffles that we had to scrape some people up back in the day. Back then though, you didn't have to worry about nobody going to get a gun, man. You can have a good scrap and now before you know it, y'all best friends, man. And nowadays, man, these young kids, they don't even care about their own life. What makes you think they're gonna care about yours? So I stay out the way. I remember about 5 years ago, I was out at the club, and a young man stepped on my shoe, And I looked at him and I said, hey, man, I'm so sorry, man. My shoe was in your way, man. I apologize for that, man. Oh, man, he started laughing like, oh, no, OG, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. I said, I don't know, man. Y'all young kids nowadays, man, mother say something wrong to y'all. He come out the club, y'all bang him up. And I say, shit, I got babies to take care of. I can't be out here. You mad at me for me? Because once you say, "Hey, motherfucker, what you stepping on my shoe?" Then that shit just elevates from there, So I just try. I'm at the age now where I diffuse everything. You ain't got to worry about me getting mad at you because life is way too precious for me to be having myself mad at you. I say I'm trying to live my life. I ain't trying to. Mess around with you. I don't even want you to be mad at me. I'm gonna turn it to a jokester and make you laugh, and then we gonna go on about our business.
Absolutely.
One more.
I got one.
Jeff,
I got
Jeff.
one. Your most hated team. Who is it?
Oh,
2 of them. Well, actually 3 of them.
Okay.
Back then, it was our division rivals, man. It was Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and back then it was the Houston Oilers.
Houston Oilers. But
now it's the Baltimore Ravens, and I still hate them to this day, man. All of them. Yeah, man. But it is, man. But the thing about it is that showed is a brotherhood. Man, so there's guys who played on those teams like Solomon, Yancey Thigpen, Ernie Mills played with the Steelers, and then you got Hanford Dixon, Frank Minifield, and those guys played with the Browns, man, and Bubba Smith and Al Smith played with the Houston Oilers, but they're the Titans now. So so yeah, man. So it's a brotherhood now, man. Anytime I have some stuff going on for my son's foundation, I can call those guys up and they'll come in to my golf outing or any type of charity event that I'm doing for my son's foundation and vice versa. Just call us up and say, hey, man, I'm doing this. Can you make it? And most times if I'm open, I'm there for them.
Once again, I think that's we have. I think you got any more questions, Jay?
Yeah. What do you want?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Hey, man, if y'all get a chance, though, it's a new venture that's also helping my son. It's called Talk Fusion. You get a chance, go to Talk Fusion, man. Look that up, and it's ickywoods.getpaidin1.com, man. Go check it out. It's great. It's an innovative way that they're taking emails and putting videos in email. It's embedded in the email, so you don't have to click to nothing to watch the video. You just go click on the email and the video starts to play. It's for personal use, business use, foundation use. It's also compatible with social media, all the social media platforms. It's a new way where you can do a lot of advertising. It's the only company that I know that pays you to advertise your own business. So get a chance, go to ickywoods.getpaidin1.com.
Okay. We definitely gonna check that out, sir. We want to thank you for coming and giving us your time.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad my grandbabies didn't. Everybody, y'all stand by. Whoa. Wait a minute. Let Papa get it back up.
he froze.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
He'll be right back.
Well, like I said, I want to thank Mr. Woods for showing out on the show.
There we go. We back.
There you go.
Tell them bye. Bye. You tell them bye. Tell them bye, everybody. You gonna tell them bye, Kyrie?
Bye.
All right. That's my crew. I'm the official Paw babysitter.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me on, and you guys enjoy, man.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, deuces.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take us a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. All right. So we typically start the show off with a shout out. It was a little bit different today, but thank you to Mr. Icky Woods. All right. The shout out is Mr. Kenny Easley, died on November the 14th. He was a former Seattle Seahawks. Our condolences go out to him, his family, and his loved ones.
Well,
all right. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, Kenny Easley played in that Seattle Seahawks team that played in the Kingdom. Before they were in the NFC West, they were in the AFC West. They played against the Raiders, Broncos, and all those teams out there, and they would do battle. Kenny Easley was one of the best safeties to ever play in his time period. Could run, and a lot of people remember him on Monday night going up against Bo Jackson and and having a time with that. But yeah, it's very, very sad news to hear about Kenny Easley because he was still relatively young.
Yeah. All right. Move over to the lightning round. And we're going to cover a couple of topics real quick. Jeff, we're going to send it to you. What you got in MLS and NWSL right now?
All right. So for the MLS, playoffs continue tonight with Vancouver taking on LAFC. Again, Hoping for Vancouver on this one. Shout out Tate Johnson. Tomorrow, you got Philly Union playing NYCFC and Cincinnati playing Inter Miami. And then Monday, you have San Diego FC playing Minnesota United FC. In the NWSL, you have the women, the number 2 seed of Washington Spirit playing the number 8 seed Gotham FC. We'll see if clock strikes midnight on Cinderella or whether or not Gotham can upset the field and win from the 8th seed. Outside of that, NCAA Soccer College Cup has begun for both men and women as well. So stay tuned to that for that as well. That's it.
All right.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. We got our next guest. Welcome, Mr. Tyrone Drakeford.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Doing well, sir. Yourself?
All right.
Good.
So we've been a little hot on it right now, but we welcome you into the party.
All right.
So,
Jay, what you want to talk a little bit much about Mr. Tyrone here?
So, for those who don't know, Mr. Drakeford is from South Carolina. I don't know what made him do this, but he decided to go to the coldest place on the planet, Blacksburg, Virginia, to play at Virginia Tech. He was instrumental in the revitalization of college football in Virginia, because before Virginia Tech got big and famous and started winning a lot of ball games, Virginia Tech was just another speed bump for those Florida teams just to win.
That's right.
They brought defense. They brought solid offense. He was a part of that team in the Frick Beamer that we know and love. It all started with Tyrone Drakeford down there in Virginia Tech, and then he comes to the league, comes to the NFL, and just tears it up. Had a great career, and nobody. You ask him around, hey man, what's up with that Tyrone dude over there? Hey, solid dude, respectful dude, God-fearing man. Okay, guys, give it up for Tyrone Drakeford. Tyrone Drakeford. And Super Bowl champion Tyrone Drakeford.
That's right.
Played on one of the greatest teams ever, in my estimation.
Wow.
I agree.
Look, and that's coming from a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So for me to say that, absolutely. Give credit where credit is due.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
we're going to start you off. What made you decide to come from South Carolina? Because there's no NFL teams down there. So what made you get into football?
Well, fortunately, I was in a neighborhood where a lot of my cousins grew up, and they were a little older, and they were playing sports. So you didn't want to get left out. So you just kind of joined in. We played basketball, football, baseball. We always did something year round. So this kind of became a mainstay throughout my youth all the way up through high school.
Oh, wow. And when did somebody say, hey, that kid's got some talent, he's got some speed? When did you know that, you know what, I might be able to make a living doing this?
Well, you know what? I never really thought I was going to play football. My dream throughout high school was to be a professional basketball player, even though I was only 5'11". But I thought I was going to be a professional basketball player. And when that didn't come to fruition, by my senior year, I went to my head football coach and was like, is there anything else I can do? And he pointed me, because I wasn't getting any major offers. I was an all-state performer, but it was, I guess it's because of my athletic ability. But he was like, well, at this state of the game, I can get you to go to Fort Union Military Academy. I had never heard of that, went up there for a visit and worked out for the Coach John Schumann. And I'm going to Fort Union for, I guess, that 4 or 5 months during the season. And then Virginia Tech offered me a scholarship. And the rest is pretty much history. And I'm starting there my freshman year, and then got drafted by the 49ers.
So I gotta ask you. They offered you that scholarship. Did you go there first? Did they tell you that it was snowing? Did they tell you any weather issues before you?
Yeah. Did they tell you that
Well,
the pipes froze when it got cold and you couldn't use the bathroom?
well, the crazy part is that when I went up there on my visit while I was at Fort Union, it was cold, but it wasn't snowing or anything like that. This was probably in September, October at the time. I don't know why it probably wasn't snowing, but it wasn't. And I had no idea that Blacksburg would be as cold as it was during my 4 years there, and snowing every year, you know, and all types of stuff like that. So it was definitely a big change for me coming from South Carolina because we don't get in snow. And then to see that every year for several months, I guess when you're there, you start to get acclimated to it, and it becomes a norm.
Okay.
So you already kind of killed one of my questions because I was going to ask why Virginia Tech and not Clemson or South Carolina. They let you get away. That's kind of a hotbed. What city? Where are you actually from in South Carolina?
I'm from Camden, South Carolina, which is literally probably about 35 minutes from the University of South Carolina. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and again, I was a good athlete, but I wasn't one of the, I guess, the top players. I'm not afraid to say it. I wasn't one of the top players in our state. I was an all-state performer, but I wasn't one of the guys that everybody was looking to recruit and all types of stuff like that. So I was good at basketball, good at baseball, good at football, but never was really great at either one of the three at the time. And it just so happened that the Fort Union Military Academy took a chance on me to come up there to kind of prove myself, because I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Fort Union, but back then in the early 90s and 80s, to go to Fort Union, you had to be like a Prop 48 kid or something like that, where most D1 schools have already said, you're my guy, but you don't have the grades or whatever. We're going to send you there. You know, so I went there behind guys who already committed to Georgia, North Carolina State, all these Power 5 schools now. And I just had to work my way in. And I was fortunate enough to really show off for one game. And Virginia Tech offered me a scholarship.
That's nice. Very good. Very good. So you get drafted by the Niners in Virginia, California weather. Everything's very nice. What was your opinion of the organization from top to bottom with Ed DeBartolo Jr.? And what was the pressure like? Because you came in '94, they lost 2 years in a row to the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship. What was the mood around the locker room and the facilities like?
Well, I really didn't know when I first got there, but probably right before week one, you kind of see all these changes start to happen. We brought in Richard Dent. We brought in Ricky Jackson. You bring in all these older guys who are veteran guys, who are Pro Bowl guys. And then we start hearing rumors that we're going to bring in Deion Sanders. We knew we had a good team, but they were like, listen, we're going to bring in whoever we need to bring in because we're going to win the championship this year. And they were committed, you know. And then with Eddie DeBartolo, who was the owner at the time, I'm not going to say he treated everybody the same, because you never treat everybody the same, but there was no one in that locker room that he didn't appreciate and respect. So everybody was treated like family, but you know, you always got some that's a little better than others, but he treated everybody like family. And that's how that organization was for the 5 years I was there.
So your rookie season, and you have Tim McDonald, right? Tim McDonald was there, right, with you?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Eric Davis,
Mm-hmm.
and Merton Hanks.
Merton Hanks.
So my question is this: did you teach him the little thing? I mean, what he was doing, or I mean, what happened? What happened with that?
Actually, I did not. I still don't know where that just all of a sudden came from, because I don't know. It was one game we had where he got an interception, and he just started doing that, and it just became kind of famous back then, you know. So, and we all asked him, "What made you do that?" And to this day, he still don't know because we would have a gathering for a golf tournament, or something, but he never can say what made him do it. He just started doing it, and it became, you know, a household thing.
Wow, that's crazy.
But he
So-
had the perfect neck for it, though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the perfect match. So you played for Carolina, Washington, and the 49ers. And you lead the 49ers. You saw how the organizations run, how the facilities are, from the team managers to the production, everything. What was it like playing in the Washington facilities and stuff like that?
Well, you know what's crazy is that when you are a player, you know, and Dan Snyder was the owner when I was there. We all loved him. You know, even when I played for the Saints, we loved Tom Benson. They treated the players, I'm going to say, totally different than probably the other staff. Whether it's the secretaries, whoever, when you first walk into the buildings. But they were like one of the guys. So I can't say anything bad about the individual owners, but the organizations themselves, you see the difference when you talk about the 49ers, when you talk about the Redskins or the Saints, just how you travel. You know, everybody went first class, but with the 49ers, we had the biggest plane that they possibly had, where you had the 5 seats in the middle and 2 on the side, and no one had to share a seat with anyone, you know, whereas my other 2 organizations, it was first class flight, but you were sitting beside someone, you know. With the 49ers, we left on Friday nights to go to games, or Friday afternoon to go to a game to play on Sunday. The other organizations, you left on Saturday. So you always had these extra perks with the 49ers. They shared or spared no expense.
Okay.
Wiesbaden, Germany. Y'all got
That's us.
respect for
That's us guys sitting in here, right?
In today's NFL, can you tell us what players impress you?
Well, you know what? I'm going to say the defensive backs. It's not because I play as a defensive back, but the way the game is set up now, where it's hard to play defensive back, to cover guys without the pass interference. You can't hit the guys the way you normally would hit them. So you have to be really skilled, I think, personally, to be able to play the National Football League today. Obviously, you adjust to it, but just the way you got to play. You know, now I will also say this about the defensive linemen as well, or the linebackers. When you come to hit the quarterback, I mean, you know, you got to be so careful that you don't get kicked out of the game or you hurt your team with a 15-yard penalty because of the way the rules are set up now.
So I got a kind of like a little follow-on question, because it happened to me when I played, because I played defensive back too in college. Were you ever depleted?
Yes, I was, and the person that did it to me, I still owe him, and I talk to him all the time, which is Terrell Owens. Because I went to New Orleans, and Terrell was still with the 49ers. We played them, we was in the same conference, and he caught me one time, and I told him, I said, I promise you I'm going to get you back, but I haven't gotten him yet.
No, man.
Okay, man, my phone there we go.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
Who do you think is the greatest cornerback ever?
Ooh. You
Hey,
just stepped in the mud on that one.
I'm asking the corner, someone who's been in the league who knows what it takes.
And I was fortunate enough to play with 4 really good corners, you know, and I played with Dion, I played with Champ Bailey, I played with Darryl Green, and I played with Rod Woodson. So they were all obviously some of the top corners, top players ever to play in the league. But if I had to pick one because he can change the narrative of a game, I would have to go with Deion Sanders, because just the fact that people were literally afraid to throw the ball to his side, not because he would get an interception, but what he would do once he got the ball. because he can easily turn a pick into a pick six. So I think that was the major difference with those guys when you talk about who I think is the best, because obviously I didn't play with some of the other older guys, but just guys I played with and who have made a change, I would say Dion. So the best technique guy I ever played with was Eric Davis.
Eric Davis, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was an argument. There were some ex-NFL players who were having an argument or a discussion about whether or not corners from years past would be able to play in the league today. And you kind of spoke about that a little bit. Do you think that Dion, Darrell Green, Rod Woodson, do you think that their game would transcend into today's game?
Oh, absolutely. It's just a matter of obviously you got to adjust to the new rules. You know, just like the guys when they started making the changes about how you can hit the quarterback, whether you can hit them low, you hit them high, if you touch, whatever the case may be, you just got to adjust. And those guys' skill set back in the day would be, you know what I'm saying, they would adjust to the game. Just like when I hear people talk about the NBA, to about how the 90s versus now, you know, it was much rougher, blah, than this. But, you know, I think when you're in the game, you adjust to how it's being played or officiated. So, yes, absolutely, they can play in it easily. They probably had better stats when you think about wide receivers now, because the game has changed so much with the way they pass the ball. You got receivers just getting yards like crazy.
All right. What you got, Jay?
Hey, so you brought up Deion Sanders and the impact. You were there for that 94 game when he went back to Atlanta. Can you tell us a little bit about the energy about
pre-game energy? The pre-game energy.
I tell you, I thought there was a lot of energy during that same year when we played against Kansas City. When Joe Montana had went back there, I went to Kansas City. You know, we played them there. It was a lot of hoopla. But when we play Atlanta, because you know how Dion is, he's gonna be the showmanship. And then you had Andre Rison on the other side, so they was back and forth throughout the media. So it was definitely one of probably the most hyped games from a fan standpoint, I would say, that I ever been involved with.
So how do neither of them get kicked out of the game? That's what I want to know. How do neither of them get kicked out of the game with the fight that they had?
Right. Hey.
That same
and we all were surprised. We all were very surprised that he did not get kicked out when they was throwing punches in the game.
Absolutely.
I guess that's just how it was back in the day, where they allow you to do certain things that you wouldn't dare get away with now.
Right.
So what everybody, what Tyrone is talking about, there was a moment in that game.
I wish I would have thought about that. I could have brought that clip.
Where Dion and Andre Rison, they just started throwing blows for like maybe 30 or 45 seconds. And they just went at it.
Right.
And then there was a personal foul here, personal foul there, and they said, let's get it on again.
Let's play. Let's play.
And everybody's like, yo, we love Dion and we love Rison, but good Lord.
Well, I was kind of happy that it kind of took place a little bit, because obviously that was my rookie year, you know, and I was a third guy, I was a nickel guy. So when Dion and Andre kind of got into that, I think it might have been the second half. I don't know if we were winning up big or whatever the case may be, but he didn't play a lot, so I became basically, you know, the starter there. So I was happy that he got in trouble like that. So it was kind of great from my standpoint.
No, because I got to actually download it. Yeah. So, off a different subject, what's your favorite movie and why?
I like Friday Night Lights and Remember the Titans about the same. And it's not because I'm a football guy. I think it's more or less because of the of what it takes when you bring a whole bunch of group of guys together to try to achieve a goal. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from, you know, what's your background. You're trying to achieve a common goal, and you find a way to work together.
Absolutely. I love those movies for that reason.
Tag into that. I saw at some point, I know you were involved with the Boys and Girls Club. Are you still involved there with the Boys and Girls Club?
Not as much. When I officially retired, I started working with the Boys and Girls Club, and I was with the movement for probably about 16 years. And now I'm a district athletic director down here in South Carolina. So, but I still volunteer time, but I was actually working for them then when I was with the Boys and Girls Clubs.
I'm gonna ask the same question though. Most hated team. I gotta know.
Ooh, I would say the Cowboys, but the problem was we always beat them.
Whoa. Wait.
When I was
92,
playing,
93,
when I was
95.
playing,
He wasn't there.
That's true.
so,
He
Not
wasn't there.
195.
That wasn't him.
7 out of 8 times when I played against the Cowboys. But the team that was probably my most hated rival was probably the Green Bay Packers, because that was the one team that we couldn't really beat when I was in San Francisco. It was either we couldn't beat Green Bay couldn't beat Dallas, and Dallas couldn't beat us.
Okay.
So it kind of just depends on how it fell.
I got 2 favorite games that you played in. Was after we had won the Super Bowl. I'm a 49 fan, so I say we. After we had won the Super Bowl in '94, and the Cowboys said that it was a fluke that we beat them,
Right.
and we had to go to Dallas to play them,
Right.
and we didn't have Steve Young. Elvis Gerbach came in,
That's right.
and Rod Milstead, he went to Del State with me, same university, but you went down to Texas and put the Stomp Johnson on.
Wait, time out. Why are you talking about old stuff?
Look, we sure did. You know, Dion was mad too because he had left the 49ers and went to Dallas, so that was even better.
Yes.
So this is probably my last question. Have you thought about getting back into coaching or doing any kind of coaching at any level?
Well, the most I did was that I was a high school coach at my former high school for the previous 8 years. I was a head football coach and athletic director before I transitioned to being the district athletic director down in Charleston, South Carolina. So I did do some high school ball. I kind of wish I had taken the opportunity to do some either college with the pro ball, but I did not because I had some younger kids when I finished playing, and I wanted to be part of that. And I knew from the hours that I saw our coaches at practice and stuff, I said, man, that's not what I want to do. But the older you get, I realized like, man, I should have took advantage of it, but I didn't. So I did do some high school ball.
Okay. All right. We got any more questions?
Yes. You got one touchdown in the NFL.
That's all I had was one?
You had one. You played defense.
Okay.
You played defense. You weren't running the ball. You played defense.
He wasn't a wide receiver or running back.
Oh. So do you remember anything about your touchdown?
When I was with the New Orleans Saints, I picked off. I think they tried to throw a quick out or something like that to somebody. I picked it off and scored my first year there. So that was very exciting, obviously.
Cool.
Everybody gets a touchdown.
At least it wasn't against the Cowboys. I thought Jay was setting me up again.
No. But I will say, so we had Ken Harvey a couple weeks ago, and the first game that I had seen live was Washington and San Francisco, and it was a big to do because Charles Mann was playing on your team as well at that time,
right?
And he came back to Washington, and he was beloved. I mean, he is like one of the emperors, princes. I don't know what you want to call him. Everybody loved Charles Mann. He came back, and that was my first game seeing you guys, NFL team. And at the time, Rick Doc Walker, the radio guy.
Yep.
So everybody in the area would love calling in, talking to him, but I wanted to meet him. So I'm running around trying to get to like the second level RFK to find Doc Walker. And of course, I bump into this big, tall guy. And he turns around and goes, boom. hey, give me my mumbo sauce. It was John Madden, and he was doing the game there. it was John Madden, and then he goes back into the little room or whatever, and I hear in the background, murder, 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 she wrote. It was Pat Summerall practicing, after the game. We got murder, she wrote. So rather than those guys, the security is like, hey, kids, what are you doing up? So we were in the wrong section, so we had to get out. So it was a crazy first experience to a football game. And then, of course, the 49ers, we do our thing. We take care of business. It was a beautiful day. Beautiful.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You hear this?
Getting
I
beat.
mean,
And yes,
Getting beat. Getting beat.
We're gonna go over some stuff.
even the legend John Madden likes mambo sauce from DC.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Jeff, you got anything before we move on?
no, I just remembered when my first year at Virginia Tech was your last year at Virginia Tech. And I remember, I think I was walking to class and it was cold. And I saw this, I think it was a black 3000, a Mitsubishi 3000 GT or something like that. And I said, oh, yeah, that's the man right there. That's the man right there. I forget what the license plate said, but I knew it was you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it said Drakeford or something, but I was like, yep, that's the man right there.
Yeah, that was a good car, man. I like that car.
Meanwhile, I'm freezing, walking the 2 miles to my classroom.
Okay, so, sir, are you going to stick with us when we do these our college and our NFL picks, sir? That's
Absolutely.
the game plan? Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. All right.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna move on into that, and we're going to start off with our current playoff picture in college football.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. It's the playoff picture. It's just not what we want.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Finally. So we got our current top 12. These are, if the playoffs start today, this is what it would look like.
Absolutely.
So
just take a look. Things will change.
and we're gonna go ahead and get to
College football.
this week's.
All right. So
There we go.
here's our week-to-week basis, right, Chris?
Oh,
You
Lord.
did 4-3. Jay, you won last week. You did 5-2. I did 3-4. Jeff, you did 4-3.
And you know,
And then-
at least he wasn't at the bottom for the new guy.
Right.
I wasn't going to be on the bottom. I wasn't even worried about that.
Right. So just so you're tracking Mr. Drakeford, Jeff is new to the show. He's our the newest member to the team.
Okay.
But Chris, it looks like technically you'd be last. You can't count Jeff.
Negatives. I am last overall.
Yes, absolutely.
But I did gain a win, a game on the leader.
You did. But right now I'm still there. So
Hush your mouth.
let's see how this week pans out, though, right? First game up, gentlemen. Missouri at Oklahoma. Let's get it going. Who y'all got?
Oklahoma.
Oh, jumped out there quick.
He said, I'm going to take Oklahoma.
Okay. You know, everybody's quiet on this side of the house because nobody wants to go first. Nobody wants to go first.
Look, so
Hey, Mr. Drake, I thank you for going first.
All right.
I'm going with Oklahoma.
Chris said Oklahoma. I'm going to take Missouri.
Oh, yeah, we catch him this week. We going to catch him this week.
I'm taking Missouri.
Oklahoma.
Missouri's
Oklahoma.
defense is better. And I think Oklahoma got lucky last week against my Roll Tide. Right?
No, that's just bad. He just got bad.
This is
fit
a
on
hate
that.
pick.
Alabama just played
This is
bad
a
ball
hate
last
pick. That's what that is.
Huh?
That's a hate pick. You're hating on Oklahoma because they beat your boys.
Spitefulness will get you nowhere.
Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma. I know Mizzou's going to have their quarterback back, but
I don't think he.
I don't know.
I don't think they got enough for that offense.
Yeah, look, I don't.
Y'all either gonna catch me on the game or y'all going back too.
I just don't know how you come back. He's 3 weeks removed from a dislocated left ankle.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes and plays against that Oklahoma defense,
ain't gonna be enough tape.
And they're playing in Oklahoma.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
Come on now.
Second game, Kentucky at Vanderbilt. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Vandy.
Yeah, I'm going with Vandy also.
Vandy.
It's Vandy, led by Mr. Udall Diego Pavia.
Just line out.
Right, Vandy. Jay, you in agreement? I didn't hear you.
Look, we got to make sure.
We got to make sure he
announces it.
Vanderbilt.
Out of Nashville, right?
My daddy call him Vandy. I'm gonna call him Vandy. I got Vandy.
Got it. Next game, big one, right? Because this could really shake up the playoffs, right? USC at Oregon.
Oregon.
I got Oregon. I think Oregon's going to run all up and down the field on USC.
Yes.
Look, averaging over 6 yards per carry, lead FBS in yards per carry. That's Oregon all day.
If this was in Los Angeles, I would call the upset, but we're going with Oregon.
Yeah, I'm taking Oregon.
It might be cold and snowy.
I'm telling
you,
go. The California kids are going to stand up and fight.
Don't do it.
Defense is going to unite. I'm going to pick up 2 more games on you, Mason.
Go ahead.
They're going to channel their Ronnie Lott, and they're going to do some hitting. USC.
They're gonna need Ronnie Lott, Reggie Bush, and Matt Lyon, and all of them.
Lindell White, everybody. Keyshawn Johnson.
I love it. I love it. All right, our next one. BYU at Cincinnati.
I'm going with the ground and pound. Ground and pound. We're going to pull out the beef. We're going with BYU.
Okay.
I like BYU in that one also.
I got BYU.
Yeah. Come on. You finna go backwards.
I don't trust BYU. No. Give me Cincinnati. Give them the Ohio boys.
So how you say you're gonna catch me on 2 and then pick this? How you gonna
go
way back?
He's going the wrong way.
We finna go in the dumpster this week.
At this rate, I'm gonna pass him this week.
All right.
Our next one, we got Tulane, who's currently in the playoff bracket, at Temple.
I think Tulane beats Temple. I don't think Temple has enough, even though they out of Philly. I don't think they got enough to stay with them.
I got Tulane also.
Yep. Green Wave rolls.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's saying Green Wave.
Here you go.
Jay?
Look,
Jay, I'll save you because I haven't said mine. You ready, Jay? Jay, I'll save you.
Hold on.
I'm going Temple.
I'm going to catch him this week.
Hold on a second.
Temple's offense to me is better than Tulane, so we're going to see.
Hey, y'all, when we get done, y'all need to let me know what y'all drinking because
I'm not drinking nothing.
I can't do the Philly shuffle on this one. I'm going to stick with Tulane.
Yeah, I'm catching you. Jay going backwards, and I'm going to catch him too.
Yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see, huh? Next game, we got Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech. I'm taking Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
He's on it.
I got Georgia Tech.
I'm going with Pitt.
Mm.
I think we're going to rebound from last week's drubbing by Notre Dame, and they get the W.
I'm going with Hans King. If you
As
don't know
long
who
as
that
the team-
is,
Say again.
I'm going with Hans King. Yeah? Go ahead. Say it again.
No, good.
I'm going with Hans King. If y'all don't know who that is, that's Georgia Tech quarterback. All day.
We're gonna see.
I mean, this is the one. This is one I'm gonna try to catch a little ground on y'all.
Well,
okay.
Look, to me, Georgia Tech wins this, and they solidify their place in that ACC.
ACC.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, look,
So-
just so y'all know, a lot of teams been seeing a lot more film on that triple option. They're not blowing people out like they were at the beginning of the season.
You're not wrong, but they still winning games.
They still winning.
Sometimes it's not about. Sometimes you have to win the close ones in order to win the good matchups.
Yeah, hey.
So we'll see. It's good. That's what's interesting, right? We love it.
Pittsburgh
Next game.
got that.
Next game. Syracuse at Notre Dame. Jay, does he get fired?
No, he's not getting fired. He survives another week. Notre Dame wins.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's
I
definitely
think I'm
Notre
taking Notre Dame.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse on a 6-game losing streak. Yeah, Notre Dame's about to make it 7.
Okay, so this is that chance I get to get a catch up. This is that one game I get to choose to get that one game back from last week. In love, we trust. Notre Dame.
I was gonna say.
I ain't stupid.
You over here talking about catching. If you're gonna catch anything, you're gonna catch an L if you went to Syracuse.
Absolutely.
So, all right. You wanna hit a quick commercial break?
Nah, we can't keep rolling.
Keep rolling. All right. We're gonna move on to the NFL. Here was our picks last week. Chris and Jay at 3 and 4. Hey Jeff, good job. 5 and 2.
There it is.
Sitting with me. I like it. With that being said, because Chris had such a bad week, he allowed me to catch up by 2 games, and now me and him are tied for first.
It ain't gonna be long.
We're gonna see after this week.
It ain't gonna be long.
Jay, you went further in the hole. So you got a long ways to go.
Jay almost gonna be under 500.
I'm right where I want to be.
I hear you. However, before we start picking NFL games, we always recap the Thursday night game
Oh my God.
on this show. Thursday night, we had the Buffalo Bills, who went to Houston, Texas, and I think they lost.
They did lose.
Oh, what's your thoughts about that, guys?
So I'm gonna start off because I watched that nonsense happen. Because I'm gonna call it nonsense. Don't get me wrong. Houston defense is the truth. That is a defense. That's not one guy or 2 guys. That is a whole defense. They sacked that man 8, 9 times. Just imagine if they could have moved the ball, what that final score would have been.
Yeah.
I hold this game, that loss, on the Buffalo head coach. Because anytime you get the ball with 7 minutes left in the game, and you go for it, and you deep in field goal range, and you down, I think they were down a touchdown. They had the ball 3 times in 7 minutes, and they should have scored all 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it, that was 9 points they threw away.
Yep.
They should have won that game, even though Houston defense played unworldly. They
They played lights out.
Crazy.
Mhm.
So anybody else got thoughts on?
Well, we gotta let
Yeah.
Mr. Drakeford go first.
Go ahead, Mr. Director. You got any thoughts on it?
Well, I didn't see the full game. Actually, one of the kids I coach plays for Houston, which is Tim Settle, defensive tackle. So I was happy to see him get a sack. But yeah, there was no reason for Buffalo to lose that game, even though Houston defense played outstanding. Their offense, I think, is there, but Buffalo definitely should have won that game. They let a lot of opportunities slide during that game.
They let me down.
Yeah. Any defense coached by D'Amico Ryans is going to be solid. 8 sacks. Some of that was Josh Allen just not getting rid of the ball. I think it's at least 2 or 3 sacks. He should have just thrown the ball away. And they're supposed to be Super Bowl contenders this year. Right. And that is not what we just watched on Thursday night. They even had a kick return for a touchdown, but lost a turnover battle. That's going to beat you every time. We talked about it 2 weeks ago when we talked about the Alabama game when they lost to Oklahoma. You turn the ball over 3 times, they turn it over none. You keep going for 4th downs when you shouldn't have. Just take the points.
Hey Jeff. Hey Jeff. We don't talk about that game in the presence of certain people.
You talk about it. Look, hey, I have as an Alabama fan, I have to acknowledge when my team does bad.
Well, and I also think, it was undisciplined play by the Bills, but I think their lack of outside talent is catching up with them. They've relied so much on Josh Allen. Running back is great, but to me, they don't have a one receiver. They've been relying on tight ends. You need that guy, especially when you're late in the season, when you get in the playoffs. You need that guy that when I throw the ball, I know he's going to go get it. And I don't think they have that. And I think that lack of outside talent is going to catch up with them.
Yeah, no, I agree with y'all. Look, I'm so confused by this Buffalo Bills team right now, right? And it's because when they play top-notch competition, right, they're right there with them. What?
I don't think that's a good statement. Because if you go back
when
and
they play,
look, if you go back and look, they play good against good teams,
right?
And they play
To
bad
the level of the competition
and lose to the teams they supposed to blow out.
Right. And that's why I'm confused by this team. Like, I don't know what Buffalo Bills team you're gonna get at this point, right? So it's gonna be interesting. And right now, they're not even in the lead of their division.
Right.
Right? So you're what is it? You have little room for error, right? Because New England's running away with it. And now you're gonna hope to make the playoffs.
For a moment there, I thought Tom Brady was playing again.
Looked like it the way they're winning.
Yeah.
Right. So Buffalo either had to hurry up and figure this out. And this was supposed to be Josh Allen's year, right? With Kansas City struggling and Baltimore struggling. That was really the top 2 teams from previous years with Buffalo. And you're like, well, these 2 teams are struggling. It's got to be Buffalo's season. And they're about to throw it out the window. So, I don't know. Is it one thing, though, that you can put your finger on it that's the problem? Or is it multiple?
I think it's a little bit. It's a little bit of everything.
Okay, Jay.
So for me, to answer your question, I think it's a Josh Allen problem. I think they get too comfortable and think that they get the feeling themselves. Like, I want to run around with the ball way too much than I should have. I don't throw the ball away when I'm supposed to. I'm listening to everybody tell me how good I am. Yes, you can run, you can pass, you can do all these type of things, but you still have to play smart. And there's times where, like the one that he got sacked and he hurt his wrist on, he could have just ran the ball for about 5 to 10 yards, got down, but he just held onto the ball. And you already know, I'm pretty sure he did a lot of film study, that these pass rushers, they don't stop. Just because you don't see them, they still coming for you. And after getting sacked 3 or 4 times in the first half, then where's that clock in his head to say, hey, I got to get rid of this ball. I can't hold on to this thing. I need to back foot, 1 read, 2 read, and if it's not there, go, because these guys are coming after me.
3 seconds. That's all you got.
But then on the flip side, there's an analytics problem with some of these teams, and Buffalo falls into this too, where they think, okay, 4th down and 5, I got a superstar quarterback. We're going to get this. No, you're not. A lot of times when you get 4th and 5 and more, and you get it, it's against the teams their defenses are 15 or worse. Yeah. But when you're playing against the top 5 defense, I'm pretty sure that little chart that tells you that you're 50% or 60% to get the first down. Well, what does the chart tell you against teams that are in the top 5 defense when you go for more than 4th and 5? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the teams that you're going to get this 4th down. And if you are in field goal range, if their kicker is an 85%, 90%, field goal kicker with 49 in, why aren't you taking the points where you are an 85 or 90% chance that you're taking these points? Your defense is playing great. Why give them momentum? Why give them the ball there, give them a short field, especially against a team that's playing their backup quarterback? Some of these things.
They shut him out. They shut him down in the 4th quarter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was Thursday night. Somebody made some money somewhere. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. That's what I'm about to say. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me. My hand was itching and everything, but I ain't win no money on that one. Come on, let's go.
All right, anything else from that Thursday night game, or we good? All right, let's move on. We got our first NFL game. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Chicago Bears.
Man, we was debating on this game in the phone conversation.
Absolutely.
And we still don't have an answer yet.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm taking the Bears.
Ooh.
I don't trust one. First, Aaron Rodgers ain't throwing the ball down the field like he has in years past. So that's one. True. But for 2, what's going to happen when he gets hit in that wrist? If he plays.
Right.
Right. And he doesn't even have to get hit in that wrist. Hit him and let him fall down. Is he going to brace himself or not? So if he plays, I don't think he finishes the game. If Mason Rudolph plays, I think Chicago's better.
Okay.
I like the Bears also.
Yes. See, I like that. You want to throw a reason behind that or no?
I got Chicago.
I like the Bears. I think they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. And they feel that they don't have to be a perfect team to win anymore. They think they can make mistakes and still beat their opponents. So, and then, like you said, when Aaron Rodgers, if he plays, the Steelers aren't what I thought they was going to be this year. I thought they was going to run away with it once they signed Aaron, just from the mystique of it versus whether he can still play at that high level. But if he's not playing where he should be playing, I don't think they could win this game.
Okay. Jay, what did you say? You said
he got the Bears.
Chicago.
Okay. I'm taking Chicago as well. I think I agree with Mr. Drayford. I think Chicago is finally found what they need, and I think Caleb Williams has realized that he doesn't have to be the superstar of the team. He just has to manage the team, and I think they're doing that very well. Chris?
All right, I'm gonna do a J. I'm gonna do a J. So I'm going to take Aaron. I'm going to take the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers plays. That's a J. That is a J. So for those that don't know, that is a J moment.
Hey, man. Just say if Omar Epps is coaching, you're taking the Steelers. So just go ahead and take the Steelers.
So I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm taking the Steelers.
Woo!
Okay.
Do you think the black and yellow going to get a win this week?
Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago.
Well, I think that luck's about ran out now, so we're gonna see.
Hey, I'll be crying tomorrow.
All right, we're gonna move on to the New York Giants at the Detroit Lions.
Lions.
The Lions.
Okay.
We might well all put Lions.
Yeah.
You can smile all you want.
We don't have to
You
talk about
already
that.
know.
That's right.
You
We don't
ain't
have to
got-
talk about that one.
You ain't even gotta go there. They got Jameis Winston, aka Aimless Winston, at quarterback tomorrow.
I told you, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, you're
Lions.
not
Took
crazy.
Lions, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for Dark to see if he was going to play, but he's not playing. I got the Lions.
He's out.
So, but I do believe that game would be a different conversation if Jackson Dart, even Scatterbo wasn't injured.
Could be, yeah.
So, I mean, and I think New York needs to do everything they can to make sure that they're healthy because they are rookies, right? They need it healthy over for the rest of the season, next season, and get ready because I think New York has gotten lucky by getting those two players in the same draft that are doing great for the organization.
Thank you, Keith.
We see you, Spomatic, but I'm still hanging on. Still hanging on.
Mm-mm.
So we'll see how everything turns out, right? All right, we're gonna move on. We've got the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
Josh Jacobs is leaning towards playing. It looks like.
Okay, what does that mean for you then?
Right?
I wanted to put that out there before everybody started picking, so they know.
Okay.
He's not playing back or not.
Oh, so I'm gonna go to Packers because I'm gonna stand on what I said last week when in one of the games that I won that a couple y'all lost. JJ McCarthy, he ain't that guy. With as bad as the Packers offense has been, one, it's in Green Bay. Two, JJ McCarthy is not that guy.
Look, I agree with you, Jeff. I'm taking Green Bay because I also think Green Bay knows that Chicago has something and that if they don't win this game, it's going to slip away.
I'm taking 5 touchdowns over.
I got Green Bay.
I'm taking 5 touchdowns over. But Green Bay wins.
Oh, okay.
And Keith is taking the Vikings. What do you expect from a Giant fan?
So wait,
Right.
everyone take the Packers?
Yeah, everybody took the Packers and the Lions.
Except for Keith. And Keith
Oh.
is waiting for his. He's still waiting for his dream Eli Manning to show up in New York.
Phil Sims. Hostetler.
He has no more helmet catches in his Giant organization.
Only playoff Eli. He doesn't want regular season Eli. He only wants playoff Eli.
Right. Or away game Eli.
Yeah, that man was bad.
I called that one that year. Anyhow, we're going to move on. Is it going to be the continued rising Indianapolis Colts or the failing Kansas City Chiefs? It's Indianapolis at Kansas City this week.
Woo.
I'll go first.
Jay,
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Chris.
I am still the lead dog, so I get to go first a little bit. I'm gonna go with old curly hair.
Ooh.
I think they've started to figure it out. Oh wow. Spomatic is coming at you there,
I
Jay.
know. I know. All right, Keith. I hear you, man. I hear you. But
Look.
we are competitive. And at least we've been to a few Super Bowls. And every year we have hopes and dreams, and we win games. So I can say that. I can hold my hat on that one.
Now give us your pick.
All right. I like ketchup on my steak, and so does Patrick Mahomes. So that's what I'm rolling with. There you go.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but have y'all been seeing the Kansas City Chiefs play lately?
Did you watch them last week?
I did.
They did not play bad.
No, but I think Indianapolis Colts are playing better, especially with Jonathan Taylor. All right, so I'm taking the Colts.
I'm gonna tell you, last minute Patrick.
I don't trust Daniel Jones.
Look, I told you at the beginning of the season.
I know. Against
Jay.
Average teams or below, he does really well. But when he plays against good teams, his eyes start looking like this, and it scares me when I see him. And then he had like lipstick on He had lipstick on. Did y'all see that? I don't know.
No. We wish that was lipstick. No, I feel bad for him. He got popped.
That was a good shot, though. I mean, it was a good visual scene of what some NFL players have to go through, and they don't even know what's going. They don't even know that they got bloodied up. That to that extent.
Mm-hmm. What you got for me, Mr. Jeff?
I got Chiefs. I'm gonna say the same thing I said last week. They got to turn it around. They got to start winning games. They got to get on a roll. And I don't trust. I saw Daniel Jones with the Giants for I don't know how many years. I can't trust him. Hey.
Mr. Drakeford, who are you taking in this?
I got the Chiefs because they got their backs against the wall. They're playing at home, and they're always going to be tough at home. So I got to go with them.
But what scares me is this. The Chiefs are 0-5 in one-score games this year. In previous seasons, they would win these close games. Can they win a close game?
Hey, if you watched that game last week against Denver, Bo Nix made a play. That was a play. To get to throw that deep pass on fourth down, that was a play.
Yeah.
That was a play. That was an unworthy throw. Because he put that ball only where his guy could get it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, we're going to move on. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. So Cowboys.
Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah,
I'm stand on business. How about them Cowboys? Yes, sir. At home, we don't lose. We don't lose against the NFC East at home.
You lost to the Arizona Cardinals.
It's not the NFC East anymore. That was 30 years ago.
They used to be.
A long time ago. So I'm just telling you. Defense has made some steps forward. Offense looks legit. Philly got a little turmoil in the locker room. Guess what? Hey.
Your hopes and dreams.
No, that's not hopes and dreams.
That beat the Raiders.
This is facts. Go.
Okay.
Did you go do your homework?
Hey, hold on. I got a phone call. What's up, Gilly? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Gilly said Eagles, and I'm saying Eagles too.
Okay. Let me be the only Cowboy one. Let me be the only one.
Nobody in the right mind will pick the Cowboys over the Eagles.
Okay.
So you saying you taking the Eagles?
Come on, man.
You know we got to be precise with you.
Of course. The Eagles will win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles too.
He would take Northern Virginia Community College over the Cowboys.
I would too.
I said the quarterback is good this year.
Look, I'm taking the Eagles as well. All right. Yeah. So, Jeff, you are the only one taking
by
Dallas.
myself. That's all right.
Good luck.
That's it.
But hey, that's
I'm
loyalty.
good with it.
That's loyalty. All right, next game. We've got the Cleveland Browns at the Las Vegas Raiders.
God, two terrible teams.
They are terrible. However, this is going to be Shadur Sanders' first NFL start.
Yep.
So, does he get a win? I mean, if you're going to start Shadur Sanders, or if you're going to start a new quarterback at any time, right? You don't want to start him against elite competition.
Right.
You want to start him against some of the lower competition. I think they're playing that right.
I got the Browns 14-13 over the Raiders.
I go second.
What you got?
Under 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
I can believe that.
No touchdown. You might even get 3 field goals.
Ooh.
I got
only go.
I got the over. I got the over. Over 14 penalties will be committed by the Raiders.
But my actual pick, I'm going with Cleveland also. Myles Garrett is a problem, a real problem, and all he got to do is scare Geno Smith, and he gonna throw a pick. Their defense is solid.
Yeah.
So I think Shadur gets his first win. He's not going to be a big factor. He might throw for 100 yards, if that.
Look, they at least going to sit there and have plays that are built around a right-handed quarterback, not a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, do a game plan built based on his strengths, not Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. Look, I'm taking the Browns, and I'm going to highlight what you said because of the defense. I think their defense is a little bit better than the Raiders is.
A lot better.
I think I'm the odd man out. I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
You are not the odd man out because I know the history of the Cleveland Browns. Rookie.
Now you know history. Now he knows history.
Are 0-10 on their first start as Browns quarterback. So if you never started a game before and you start for the Browns since 2000, you're not winning. So I think Crosby and that defense will make him make a few more mistakes. I got the Raiders at home.
Oh.
That doesn't mean
So what you saying?
Well.
So what you saying is the Raiders defense is gonna score all the points.
No, their special teams will probably get a punt return or a kick return, or even the Cleveland Browns might fumble a punt return because we know the Browns, they make mistakes every once in a while. Boom. And they give the Raiders good field position. Genty runs a touchdown. Their tight end, Bowers, is pretty good. That's 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. And really 18 points is all you need to beat Cleveland. And we know this. So, Raiders.
Hey, you see that comment, right? Oh, Lord.
All right,
From
move on to the
Mr.
next
Giant
game.
himself. Yes.
We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Los Angeles to play some Rams. Right? Like, who are we taking on this?
Rams.
I think enough said by my co-host over here.
Yeah, look, I think it's game of the week. I think this is game of the week. Bucks versus Rams, but I got the Rams.
You got the Rams, Jeff?
I got the Rams coming up late in the game. Yep.
Jay, are you going to be the oddball out, or are we all going Rams?
I have to go Rams.
Okay. I know that hurts you.
Yes.
All right. Our last NFL game. And it just so happens that Mr. Drakeford has played for both of these teams. We got the Carolina Panthers, who are not looking too bad, versus at the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers all day.
What Jay, I know who you going for. Let me just write it down, right?
No, you remember Jay talking last week, talking about, weren't you all scared about this game? Weren't you all trying to talk it up, how scared you were about this game?
If Mac Jones was playing, but when Purdy's in the game, we're a totally different team. Okay. 49ers against our old NFC West rivals, the Carolina Panthers. Got the 49ers.
Huh? Okay. Chris, who you got?
Team up north.
He don't even say the 49ers. He just says them people up north.
Yeah, 49ers.
He was mad that we took Levi South. Hey, Mr. Drakeford. Every time the 49ers play at Rams Stadium, we always call it SoFi. We always call it Levi South because all of our 49er fans show up.
But it's SoFi North. It's SoFi North, though.
Nah, you know what the deal is.
All it is, it's just y'all might win in our house, but we go up to Candlestick and win in your house. They call it Levi, but we call it SoFi North.
No.
All right. Look, I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what a lot of people think. I think Carolina is finally starting to build. They're going in the right direction. But I'm still taking 49ers. I'm still taking 49ers.
Okay. So before we end our show, we like to give our guests opportunity to tell the people about some of the things that he's doing for his community or charities, so we can get that out in the free world. Mr. Drakeford, this is your time. We want to thank you also for tuning in and giving us some of your insights and having us laughing, because that's what we want to do, is laugh a little bit. So this is your time, sir. Give it to us.
Well, first of all, man, I want to say thank you for inviting me on to your show. If any and everybody's listening, if you can go out and support your local boys and girls clubs and YMCAs, I would be greatly appreciated, and I'm sure the folks in your communities, because those are two organizations that I give a lot back to, and everybody I talk to, I want them to be a part of it as well, because ultimately, I'm all about trying to help improve our youth, and a lot of our youth throughout the communities that I've been involved in, they attend and go to the Boys and Girls Clubs and the YMCAs of America.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be safe. Enjoy your Thanksgiving football, because it's just bad we can't talk about those games. We got to recap them, so I'm just going to say this. Detroit don't lose on Thanksgiving.
Hey, Cowboys going to be 2-0 next time we talk.
Oh, Lord.
You got Detroit,
Philly, Chiefs, back-to-back.
Detroit, Kansas City on Thanksgiving.
So enjoy your Thanksgiving and enjoy your college football and your Sunday football this weekend. This is going to be different, because teams that should be playing good teams are not playing teams they should be playing. Right. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving, and we'll see y'all next.
Better shout out. Commercial.
Oh, thank you. And if you're a veteran on a business or need to do some type of advertisement, please send us email to longdistanceplaybook@gmail.com. Thank you. Be safe and enjoy your football.
Thank you.